What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of History Hyenas. I'm Chris Distefano, a.k.a. Chrissy Countertops. With me, as always, my co-host. I guess we're both co-hosts. My co-host, my lady-in-waiting, Yannis Pussy Hat Pappas.
Why did that trip you up, co-host?
I don't know why.
Yeah, because it's been a long day. You don't want to be here. Your fever just came back.
I don't want to be here, and today's a fucking special day.
Wow.
We have a nice guest.
Because we're going back-to-back Jews.
We're going back-to-back Jews. We have Rachel Feinstein in here, and we also have Zach Isis, so I don't know how it's going to happen because they fucking hate each other.
Yeah, because we're going from Ari Shafir to Rachel Feinstein because we might as well just light a menorah.
I got to take a shower. There's so much Jew in here.
Welcome, Rachel Feinstein.
Thank you so much, Rachel Feinstein.
Do you know that I can smell coins from over 70 miles away?
Yeah, we already did know that. Zach Isis gave us your whole playbook.
Yeah. No, Rachel
We know
Feinstein,
how you guys do.
One of the best comedians.
Feinstein. I love that neither of you know my name.
Yeah.
What did I call it?
Feinstein.
Feinstein.
Yeah. Rachel, yeah.
Wait. Feinstein is the way most Feinstein say it, right?
Okay.
Are you trying to make it sound less Jew?
No, I mean Feinstein.
Feinstein's German. Feinstein.
I mean, both of them are wildly Jewy. I feel like, it's not, that name's not doing me any favors either way. But
Yeah. When I hear Feinstein, though, I hear like German, like Feinstein. But then when I hear Feinstein,
that's how I'm not trying to turn you guys on, but that's how my grandfather Lester Feinstein said it.
Wow.
Picture how odd he is. Speaking of sweeping up puss.
Lester Feinstein.
Oh, Lester's numbers were good, my friend.
Oh, Lester.
Were you from Germany? Were you
My
from the tribe?
father's side, no, my father's side is a mix of Polish, Russian, Ashkenazi Jews.
Yeah.
Ashkenazi Jews are the hot ones, right?
No, remember we went over this with Ari.
Who are the hot ones?
Sephardic, Ashkenazi are the smart ones.
Right.
It missed Rachel, though.
But you can't. But we're not
bullet
allowed.
missed Rachel.
But so Ashkenazis are the smart ones, and the what are the Rosh Hashanah Jews? What are the other ones?
The Rosh Hashanah Jews. Yeah.
The Sephardics. But we still can't. We're not allowed to mate with either group, or we can mate with the group. What's the rules?
I mean, first of all, I
You
think
mean what did Jesus say?
Yeah.
Jesus said, no, you can't mate with them. It's bad. Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't meet it. You want to hear something about Chris? This is a true story.
Yes.
People who've heard the Ari episode knows, but it bears repeating because you would like to know what the truth is. The truth is Chris did not meet a Jewish person till he was 23 years old.
Growing up in New York City.
God damn it, you're dumb. I know you were scared of us, too. You probably thought we were up to all sorts of things collectively and stuff.
Yeah, like my grandpa used to lock the windows when we drive to a Hasidic Jewish neighborhood and be like, oh, they're going to try to get in the car.
Yeah.
My brother, his college roommate had never met a Jew, and he said he was absolutely terrified. When he walked into the room, he said he was white, just shaking.
Just up against the wall like this.
His whole family was like, they were like up in arms. They were just like, you've got to get out of this. Like,
yeah,
somehow.
really?
Yeah. Yeah, he thought.
How do you get that racist?
They slowly became friends, and he told Justin they were having like some gross bonding, gentle moment when they were both shit faced, and he told him, he's like, dude, man, he's like, I fucking love you, like not fag way or anything, but I fucking love you.
I love you almost like if you weren't a Jew.
Exactly. Yeah, it was like it was just such a disaster of a sentence. It was like, I mean, not gay, whatever, but
I'm not a Jew hater.
And he's like, I thought you had horns. I thought you were I was gonna uncover a horn. People really believe that, and they also believe that we like meet and plan things, which to me is so funny.
Yeah. They think that you guys have little backroom meetings where you just figure out how to control the world. But we were talking about Jews kind of do their own thing. And everyone hates Jews, and we were trying to figure out with Ari why.
So much.
Why?
I don't hate Jews.
Huh?
I've never hated a Jew.
You don't hate anyone, but you don't really care.
I mean, because they really do think that we're up to things. Like I took this cab a guy was driving me from his show in Alabama, years ago, and he was talking about New York City. He asked me where I was from, and he goes, I drove a tractor through that town once. It was crawling with Jews. And he said it like it was the most terrifying campfire story. And then he goes, they were all out celebrating their holiday, Rosh Hashanah. And he said it like it was the most demoness dance. Like Jews just I mean, it all must have been a lie because First of all, why would he drive a tractor through New York City? There's definitely like a supply and demand.
He didn't know you were a Jew. He didn't know because he was kind of confiding in you.
Yeah, he was kind of warning me.
And what did you do? Did you pretend to? You're like, yeah, those goddamn Jews.
For me, it's like I think stuff like that is so funny. So it's like Christmas morning. Like I was half asleep, and then he's saying the funniest things I've ever heard in my
laughing.
life. Yeah,
yeah.
I was crying. But I think because the best thing that had happened all day. But that's because I think in my generation, I didn't live with the real threat. Right. You know, like my dad had people like put swastikas in his locker and stuff like that. You know, so for me, I grew up, I knew Jews. And so to me, anti-Semitism was always just like hysterical. If you were having a boring day and someone said something anti-Semitic, it was exciting and hilarious.
Me
Because
too.
I was a moron. I didn't understand that, the real things that were at stake in the past.
That's interesting because I similarly, like, my best friend is Jewish. Jews were just around. Jews were not a weird thing to me. Yeah. So when I met people who thought Jews were weird, it was weird to me. I'm like, they're just here, right? And they're like, I've never met one. I'm like, you're 56. How could you have not met a Jew?
I probably did meet Jews before I was 23, but I didn't.
You couldn't smell them yet.
I didn't know.
You got to learn how to.
Yeah,
you got to.
Or like my family would teach me like techniques, like when you come in contact with a Jew, like just go to your happy place.
Because they're going to try to steal your soul, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I realize that people think we're weird. Like when sometimes you'll be hanging out with somebody for a whole evening. And then, like, if I'm on the road or something, and they'll be like, I have a cousin that's a Jew. Like, and I'm like, oh, they've only seen me as just like a giant J. Like, all they saw was like a snout. Like, I had no idea. You know what I mean? They were like an anti-Semite, and you're having a fun, loving time with them, but they're just staring at you, like waiting for just you to sniff coins off their floor. So, and they kind of let you know they've interacted with one Jew before, and they're okay with whatever you are, whatever weird virus they consider you to be. So it's kind of fascinating. Like, I thought we were just hanging out,
But they were doing a thorough Jew investigation.
And they were bringing back information for their families to tell them what we were up to and stuff. And
she was actually pretty normal.
They'll say I made a Jewish person today.
I was expecting for more strange behavior, but be honest with you, she was pretty normal.
Yeah.
One guy told me, I swear to God, I was on the road in the South. This guy told me that he thought that Jews controlled the interest rate in the Torah, like that we had written the interest rates like years ago.
They're really, Jews have become sort of a boogeyman for ignorance.
Right.
It's like a real boogeyman.
Yeah.
It's like the Jew's going to get you,
Yeah.
And when I'm bored, when I'm trying to like avoid writing or doing something I need to do, I just Google Jews control the media and just Jews plan to take over the world, like Jewish takeover, and then I just read like essays by just like some lunatic, you know? And it's the funniest stuff you've ever read.
Yeah, it's funny. But that's you bring up an interesting point because it's like funny if you've never had any contact with the real. Yeah.
I mean, there's a horrifying, brutal, disgusting history, and it's not just history. It's like all over the world now. People actively,
which is like it's not. I think being from New York, like. We just don't understand that. Like, to be honest with you, like, I've met people, I don't think I've ever truly met, like, a real racist who, like, wants to kill another group of people. Like, I've met people who, my friends from home, they say stupid shit, but, like, I'm talking about, like, someone who would arm themselves against another group. I don't know that can that even
it's more
exist
of a country
in New York?
Thing. That's more,
it's like a down south thing.
It's more of like a small town thing because those people are so scared of outsiders because they know everyone in the town. That's why I always say it's always ironic that the smallest town people are the most paranoid. It's like the government's coming to take our town. It's like, dude,
nobody cares about
nobody's
your town.
thinking about your town.
And they think the government's reading their text. It's like no one gives a shit about your text, JR.
Yeah.
The government's definitely bypassing.
They don't fucking care. My mom, I thought somebody in my family told me that Amish people were Jews. Like we used to go to the Amish country.
No, because people get Amish people mixed up with Hasidic Jews with the curls.
Right. I know a lot about the Amish.
Yeah, the Amish people are Quaker.
Yeah. And they don't take showers, and they believe that if you
it's the most important part.
Oh, my mom told me they don't take showers to stay away. And then if you take a picture, that you can't take pictures of them because they believe camera steals their soul. So if you take a picture of them.
I think that's a myth.
Really
is that
funny,
true?
I bet all of that is, of course, like wild
that's not
bullshit.
True. Yeah.
I love that we went from like just wondering how people could be so profoundly ignorant
to Chris being ignorant.
They don't shower. You can't take pictures of them.
Waterfalled right into it, the dumbest statement that he said with full full assurance that he was correct.
Yeah, you know what? Amish people, they're don't take. They're afraid of water. The God told them not to touch water. And you know what? Cameras. They think they stick their soul. Also, they turn into bugs at night. It is what it is.
It's what it is. They make shoe fly pies and they ride around with a horse and buggy.
My mom always. Did you know that Chris was wildly German? Did you know that?
I didn't know that until I did my
Did you find that you're in your like 23andMe or whatever?
Yeah, I did Ancestry.com, found that I'm like 70, 80% German. So mostly German, I had no idea. And actually where I grew up in Ridgewood, it's like a historic German neighborhood. So much to the fact like German immigrants started coming in the late 1800s. So like there was
There's
a time.
fear in Rachel's eyes right now. She's learning your German.
No, there was a time in my life when like I was a little kid when like people from World War II were still like alive and like, or World War I even, where like they were Nazi supporters in my neighborhood. Like they were, the Nazis sold out Madison Square Garden in 1930.
I mean, you can say what you want about Hitler, but the kid would definitely sold tickets.
He would want to be.
Nó chỉ là những gì nó là.
Let me tell you something right now. If I'm just being honest, if Adolf was alive today, Berkowitz would sign him.
Because the kid was a headliner.
Yeah. But so it was interesting to me to find out I was German. It was like a weird, that's how crazy that nationality is. Like when I found out I was German, I was like, oh, I felt like weird about it.
Do you think there was like some...
It's a strange thing.
It's like I can't believe potential ancestors of mine did that.
It's also your identity too. It's like I think of myself as like a fun-loving, swarthy Mediterranean, and if I heard differently, like it shakes things up about how you see yourself. But yeah, your ancestors did some pretty naughty things, Chris.
Naughty things.
You guys got a little out of hand.
They're out of pocket.
I love that you were telling me stories yesterday about how your dad jokes about Hitler. He's like, oh, I'm playing Hitler's band.
Yeah.
It's so
that's
funny.
Why I feel like that's part of why I'm a comedian, because my father would say the most insane, unacceptable, ludicrous things all the time. So I never learned. Like,
your dad started a political speech at your wedding.
We were talking about
it was
this yesterday. It was hilarious.
It was so fucking funny.
Yeah, it was like pro Bernie Sanders.
Your wedding was one of my favorites just because of how different the sides of the rooms were. It was
on Staten Island.
It was on Staten Island. You had one side that was firefighters and firefighters' families, and the other side you had the wild fucking liberal comedians.
The other side you had Sherrod Smalls with a yarmulke on.
I know, that was amazing. The things that were said in the toasts, I was like, I could not make eye contact with his parents. Like when Amy was like, so when Rachel first met Pete, we just thought he was gonna like finger her or something. We're like, all right, this fireman will finger fuck her or something. I was like, I couldn't manage what the things people were saying.
Yeah. Then what did Amy say? She would give herself AIDS to have your body or something like that?
She said
it was something.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
She said if I had your body, I would have full-blown AIDS. Yeah. I think she said something like I'd be sizzling.
Yeah, it was funny.
Which I appreciated.
Yeah, no,
it was a kindly compliment.
Yeah, nice bod.
But yeah, I'll take anything. Like no matter how offensive it is, I'll take it. Like I was like on the treadmill and these guys at the crunch were like, is. Like I just heard them say that to each other and I was like, oh, like just
what was it?
They were just tipping off like to look at my ass.
Oh.
Just two 23-year-old morons at crunch. And I felt like, oh, like, man, nah.
Yeah.
It changed my day a little.
Yeah.
No, Pete's a lucky guy. Fucking firefighter Pete.
Because how fucking great is he?
Pete,
let me tell you something.
Okay.
I'm a kid who picks up on energy immediately.
Yeah.
You know that. I'm immediate with energy.
Yeah.
I like you, I don't like you on energy.
Right.
Because everything's energy.
Absolutely.
Pete is a good fucking kid.
Pete's a good kid.
His energy is 100% good. And he likes to smoke a stick, so he's a man. And he likes Jew girls.
Yeah. It's great. When we were in Ireland together, because sometimes it's hard, like, if a comic brings like a spouse
a Jew.
or
You're a German kid.
Well,
it's tough for you.
You're just like, is this person going to be a rough hang? Pete, I would like look forward to hanging out with Pete. Even Colin Quinn, who's as cynical as they come, been in the game 35 years, was like, I like Pete. I really do like Pete. And then he started saying things like, I wish Pete did comedy and not Rachel. He's like, I'd rather be with Pete all day.
It was really sweet that like we went to Colin's show and Colin invited me and Pete, and then we show up and I'm like, Pete had to be at the firehouse that night and he couldn't switch. And so I go to the show and I see Colin notices everything. And I see him look over really quickly. And then I'm like, he wouldn't notice like Pete wasn't in the audience. Like I'm like, Seinfeld is there. Like it was like opening night, And then as soon as the show is done, he texted me like, Pete is dead to me. Where the hell was he tonight?
Yeah, where was Pete?
Yeah.
No, it was he's just like the greatest guy. And it's he's one of those great guys because he's a firefighter. So like I know his world. Yannis, I know his world very well. But then he can understand both our worlds. He can understand the world that we come from home, but then he can also understand our comedy world, which is an interesting. Not too many people are like that. They're either in one world or the other. He's in both.
He's such a nice guy with good energy because I could tell. Look, what I've learned recently is Pete and that world. Those are normal people.
Pete's a normal
Those
guy.
are normal good people.
Yeah.
Right here, you're looking at like wild like we need to be in mental institute.
Oh, yeah.
If there was not comedy, we'd be in mental institution.
Homelish at best.
Yeah. I mean, I was telling this to Rachel. Like, what would Sam Morril be doing if he wasn't doing comedy? He's staring at a wall, reciting Knicks facts.
I know. What he's doing right now is not much healthier,
Yeah.
which is texting me every 5 minutes. It's just like, he's like, God, I feel so depressed. I have so much anger at my dad. You're going to love this 90s Knicks clip. And that's Sam. And then he's like, it's just always like some angry like rant about an ex. He's like, do you think she'll ever really get it? You know? And the next text is just like, oh, classic Patrick Ewing right here.
I mean, it's not normal. That's not normal.
You've never even communicated to him that you like basketball like that.
No, he sends me, and he sends stuff to share with Pete that is so obscure. And Pete played basketball like
And
in
even
high school.
Pete's like, I don't
he's
know.
like, yeah, no, it's not really. I've got to pass that era of Knicks. But also, Jews love the NBA like in a way that nobody does.
They
Yeah,
do.
especially
My
the Knicks.
brothers are the same way, and the Knicks. Yeah, Jews are obsessed with the NBA. It's everything that they wanted to be and weren't encouraged to be in. Yeah.
And Pete's such a great guy because he's very vulnerable. Like I find myself similar to him in so many ways in the sense that he's like a tough guy from a tough Brooklyn neighborhood, but the things about him, like he writes a blog about broccoli that he just couldn't be open with his friends. He just couldn't be
He's
open.
got another side to him that he can't tell the boys at the firehouse about.
He couldn't be open
Guys,
about
can
that.
I read you my last poem? Here it is. I wrote it when I wrote it when I was with Rachel. We were in Ireland at the festival. Here we go, guys. You ready? Gather round. Here it is. Ireland hills are very, very green, and the weather makes me feel serene.
Yeah.
You guys with me?
Yeah.
Have you met Rachel? Yeah, she's my Jewish comedian girlfriend.
Yeah.
All I'm saying
Yeah.
is that he's with her, and that like I just saw him at the wedding. He just has a tolerance and a patience for our foolishness.
Yes.
He's a
He
nice
gets
kid.
a genuine kick out of it, but I also feel like fireman. The one thing is like he loves his job, so he's like us. Like we think there's nothing more interesting than no one more interesting than us.
Right.
You know, and we believe we're saving people's lives. Like, we're
Yeah,
obviously
yeah,
the answer and heroes.
we're making a difference. Yeah,
Yeah, but
we always go down in the history books. People remember us. Yeah,
Yeah, but I do feel like most guys I've been with, at least for a female comic, and I mean, it's very hard to find somebody that accepts your life and deranged.
Who's not going to be jealous about you being with a man at 2 a.m., driving home from a road gig to get whatever?
He could give a flying fuck. Like,
Yeah, he
Sam
trusts
will
you.
call at like 4 a.m., like after a hookup, like really wanting to talk through. He's like, do you think this is weird that after I fingered her, she said that, like, and, and he just laughs. Like, he just gets such a kick out of, he's a great laugher.
You can imagine
And
Sam
he
on the
just
phone
loves
with
comics.
you with his
Yeah.
wet fingers from eating a chicken wing, just fucking
I can
putting
just
his
picture him on
finger
the
to-
phone. He does that stare. You know that stare he does? Like he'll say
Pete or
something-
Sam?
No, Sam, and then
Yeah, he just looks at you like Ted Bundy.
yeah, like where his brain is like recalibrating, his autism is getting back in order. I mean, what would Joe Mackey be doing if without comedy? Be sniffing girls' seats
Yeah, it's
on the
what-
subway. That's
Joey
just
Mack.
what it is.
It is true.
Yeah.
It's both like a savior for like severely mentally ill people, and also it's a way for people not to address
Right.
everything that they've avoided their entire lives. They found a place where this is all okay, and
Right.
it shouldn't be.
And
Yeah.
it shouldn't
It's
be.
not.
Yeah,
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're funny, and that's what it is. We're
Yeah.
like we give people relief because we go up and they laugh at us because we're
Yeah.
fucking a mess, and it's a beautiful thing, and we do a good thing. But let's be honest, your husband, I think he's probably a fan of this podcast because this is his humor. We're fucking New York kids.
Oh yeah, he loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Pete.
I love that he loves it. This is probably his favorite shit because he listens to all Rachel's other friends and they're
Yeah.
sitting up going like, down with the fucking patriarchy, okay? Hashtag resist. Girls hit the street. All hands on deck. And he's going, you know what? I want to hear Chris call someone a fucking two.
Yeah, I want to hear Chris say he wants to hurt Chinese people. Wei Shanxi,
Can you
Es
fucking
ist genau das, was es ist.
yeah.
That's what it is.
And can we also get a Wei Xiangjin to wash away? Thank you. He just says he wants to do a hate crime to a whole group of people.
Yeah, I was just
Please.
kidding. I was just saying.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just joking.
I played him that Chris Mullen thing. It was hysterical. But everybody said, like, my brothers sent that to me. So you see, Jewish guys will find NBA stuff, like anything that's basketball related. Like, how did he find that? He doesn't even listen to podcasts, you know. But my brother found that.
He found it on his own?
It got shared.
Yeah, it got shared a lot.
No, it got shared to him without us?
Yeah, he sent it to me. He's like, you got to watch this. And I'm like, please get off my dick. Both of them were at the wedding. You have your chance.
Yeah, your brother was awesome.
Yeah. You know what was funny was seeing your mom. I'm sure we all felt the same way, everyone in that room, seeing your mom after hearing you do her for so long.
Oh, my God.
I mean, like, I was looking at her. I was like, I wanted her to talk. So I wanted her to grab the mic and be like, hey, kids, you know, I was alive in San Francisco in the 60s. You think this is a swinging party? I sucked a black guy's dick in 42. You know, I was just hoping something.
My mom majored in African history with a minor in Black studies. And she at first was a major in Black studies with a minor in African history, but this is a story she tells proudly. She goes, but then a marvelous man named Jabari took me aside and he said that it wasn't my story to tell and that shouldn't be my major and that wasn't fair or right and I should honor the Black story more properly by majoring in African history. So I said, thank you, Jabari. And I changed my major. So just some dude came up to her and said something. But
and he changed the whole course of what she was doing.
Everything. Yeah. And then she switched her major and her minor. And now she tells that story as like this. I'm like, maybe Jabari was just like a rogue dick, just lashing out. You know?
Yeah, he was just pissed off.
Now, Chris, you're not familiar, right? Like, so I'm very familiar with the liberal Jew.
The liberal Maryland Jew.
Like it's New York, Manhattan, Upper West Side. My girlfriend, 6 years, liberal.
Right.
But like, so we had Ari was our last guest.
Right.
Ari
He's another Maryland Jew.
Ari,
he's American, but he was Orthodox, and now he's atheist. So he comes from religion. You come from guilt.
Yes, we come from guilt. But I will say this: my mom converted to Judaism, so she's not really a typical Jewish mom. She's like. But in my family is not. I know they're not the far left socialists. Like they weren't like the Bernie Jews,
right? The Woody Allen, Upper West Side.
My family's more of the They're like they're like they don't like PC. Obviously, my dad always tells people that he would play at Hitler's wedding if the price is right. Which my mom and him have had several arguments about.
He said, did he ever say that in a place?
Yes, he said it at like a Hanukkah party there, and my mom was furious at him. She wouldn't talk to him on the way home. And then they were driving someplace else to some sort of like conservative Jewish event in Bethesda. And my mom's like, you say any damn things about Hitler tonight and you're not riding back in this caravan. And he goes, I may or may not make a Holly joke. It's anyone's guess. And right. He kept acting like it was beyond his own knowledge and control whether it would or wouldn't happen.
Holly joke.
He used to walk into the kitchen and be like, and he was a civil rights leader.
So that's
prosecutor.
That's the liberal tradition. He comes from the civil rights. That's where I think that
liberal, but he comes from not the super like
I know
left,
what you mean.
but I mean like he's like a Joe Biden liberal. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he says crazy shit.
But a lot of the Jews from the '60s were in the civil rights movement. I think that's kind of where that started, where that kind of like that left Jew kind of started. You know?
Definitely. Yeah. And then I think like for my dad
in America,
he would walk into the kitchen and he would be like, it reeks of Jews in here. You guys are going to have to do something. And he's like, I'm going to walk out when I get back in here.
Right.
I smell like he would just say insane shit all the time.
Right. He was also in a band, a crazy band.
Called the Vomitones.
Yeah.
He thinks throwing up is really funny. That's what he was saying to me when we were walking down the aisle. He was like, how hilarious would it be if we both puked right now at the same time? And I'm like, I thought he was going to say maybe a gentle, fatherly. He can't speak about emotions. He can't say like, I love you or, you know what I mean? Anything.
He makes jokes, but that's where you get it from. That's where you probably got your
when Pete went to ask him permission, he said something about how like he would trade me for a goat or something like that. He's like, you could have her for like one of our older goats.
Now, what he used to moon the audience?
Yeah, the Vomitones would moon after the shows.
Oh, good.
And they still do. They have a tour, they call it, which consists of just 2 dive bars in Michigan where him and his friend, like Cheech and W, meet up. And they moon. After the show, they play Blue Moon, and they all moon the audience.
And the fans love it.
The fans, if you mean like 4 local drunks in Michigan, get a kick out of my father's sweaty ass. I suppose so.
Is your mother furious when he does that too?
Oh, she's horrified because he did it at our school on multicultural night. He first of all, he said he was representing Ghana or something because he thought it was funny. He was just like Jews from Bethesda in his band.
Yeah.
And then they all the Vomitones came. They had their tour T-shirts, which is called the Hands Across Uranus tour. They all mooned. So, yeah, it was like the adult, like some sort of multicultural, like adult night for elementary school.
And they mooned everybody.
Mooned everyone.
Your dad's a gem.
He is the best. His speech when he started that, it was just, I loved every moment of what was
Is
going
he
on
the
at
lead
that
singer
wedding.
of the Vomitones, your dad?
No, he's not the lead singer. He's the harmonica player. And
Oh, he
guitar.
plays the harmonica. Oh, guitar too.
He's an incredible musician. Like he plays piano, harmonica, guitar, everything by ear. Incredible blues musician. Plays zydeco, accordion, anything. He just picks it up and plays it. So he's like a weird musical genius. But he's doesn't know
Does
how
he
to
like
speak in
do you guys
public.
like history at all? History or nature or anything?
He's read every single book. Like he's one of those Jews. He's skipped 3 grades at school, law
Smart.
school. He was
Yeah.
like breezed through law school. My mom said he would just lay on the beach and he used to spray his clothes with deodorant. Like he needed a wife immediately. Like
Right.
he didn't know how to wash his. He knew nothing.
Is
didn't know
he
how to live.
Ashkenazi?
Yeah, he's Ashkenazi.
Yeah,
They're just
Ashkenazis.
top-tier smart
They
guys.
did a
They're
study,
smart.
and it's like they just have, they on average they have a higher IQ. All right, their group has the highest IQ of. That's what they found.
Wow.
That's what.
Yeah.
Social.
So he
scientists
likes
found.
history.
He loves history and he knows everything. Like he would, if he came on here, it would be fun to bring him one day if he ever comes to New York. But he knows everything. Like he's
Right.
read about the weirdest things. Because
Yeah.
he reads about 3 books a week. You know,
3 books a
he
week?
reads constantly. Like
Yeah.
he's I think probably Asperger's.
Right.
Yeah, and he's just reads.
Just got a strong
anything,
brain.
So he
everything.
doesn't watch
Yeah.
TV or movies or anything like that. It's,
He watches
it's books.
movies. He reads. Maybe it's more like 2 books a week, but I mean, I never see him not reading. He moved to our town because of the used bookstores, book and record stores. He just believes you don't ever have to buy anything ever. There's no need. So
Really?
yeah. So like he won't purchase anything. You like had a Walkman for like until like the 2000s. So we just had to crash it. We just had to break it.
Yeah.
He just thinks you just get everything used and there's no sense. And like these pigs these days want to buy themselves all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
Frugal. He's
Pigs.
frugal.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it would be stressful when I was a kid because I'm like, Dad, I have to go to the birthday party. He's like, there's nothing you can't get for $7.50. That was his favorite expression. I'm like, there's a lot you can't get for $7.50. And if we wanted a new toy, we had to go to a store called Toy Traders where we had to take one of our old toys. It was like the Sophie's Choice of toys and kind of figure out which one we had to let go of. And I'd be weeping and kissing my old toy
Yeah,
goodbye. And
yeah.
then we'd have to choose a new toy from Toy Traders. It was
Wow.
sick. Yeah.
So you grew up. The history of you is you ever hear the story about how Rachel came to New York?
No.
It's a
Oh, wait,
great
yes.
story.
I think
Yeah.
tell it, though. Yeah, but
It's
I
a
have.
great story.
And I
Yeah.
want to. And I like the stalker story, too.
Well, I just like how your parents were very open. They're very
Yes.
open, accepting. So they just let you go.
A little too much.
A little
Yeah,
too
yeah.
much, yeah. So tell the story of how you came to New York originally.
I was dating this guy in a band called Dick Sister.
The
I was-
band name was Dick Sister.
Dick Sister.
Yeah.
I was first of all like I was
Sounds like a classical music band, no?
yeah. Oh yeah. He would jump around with a bone on stage. Yeah.
Right.
Like he had
Yeah.
a big like raw bone of
Real
chicken
pop
bone or
music,
something.
yeah. Just like Bieber or Taylor Swift. Real potential.
Now-
Real potential to make the big time.
So I was like, I'm gonna move to New York with Dick Sister. Now they'd already let go. I mean, they had no faith in or no hope in so many ways with me at this point. Like
Right.
I had just been wildly failing everything. I remember them arguing about me. My dad just being like, I remember being like 8 years old and like.
I'm telling you,
listening to
she's
my
slow.
parents. Yeah, exactly. My dad goes, she's not normal, Karen. And I was in the hallway just hearing this, like shaking and weeping. She's just not normal. Ah. But they were just like, what in the fuck can we do with this girl? She's just a real shit heap.
Right.
And she's bringing nothing to the table.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, just D's, F's. Like I went to summer school every year. I had like a summer school dance because I knew I was going. Like people knew my dance. Like you do the dances here. I'm like, I'll see you there.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
was just an idiot. So I meet Dick's sister. I'm like, Mom, I'm going to New York with Dick's sister. And my mom just loved any story, didn't notice any red flags. She's like, that sounds marvelous. Strong women rock or something with no question.
They just let you go, and he was an older kid.
Yes, he was like 5 years older than me.
Yeah,
I mean,
which
some
back
could
then-
argue was statutory. Rape.
Yes, because let's just do the math. You were at that time what?
I was 17 when I moved with him, but we'd been together for a few years. Like he used to throw rocks at my window and stuff, like when I was in high school, like and then I would
Oh my
come out
God.
and see him at night.
Yeah, but wait a second. So you've been together a few years.
Mhm.
You were 17 at the time when you left to go to New York City. Your parents let you leave to go to New York City at 17. Still a
Dick's
minor.
sister.
With Dick's
the whole
sister.
band. I was
With the
living
whole
with.
band, you went. And so if he was 5 years older, he was 22
Yeah.
and you were 17.
Yeah.
Your parents are way open-minded. They're more open-minded than the
mean-
law.
It was. We're definitely uncovering a crime.
Yeah,
Like, it
we're
was
definitely
strange.
we're retracing it now retroactively. We're saying, hey, that was illegal.
And my mom was just, I remember she was standing in the front, like, step with no questions, just wearing some sort of native robe, just like, go get him, just outside in a dashiki, just like, rock on. Yeah, that's my independent, strong lady hitting New York by the storm. Yeah, it was alarming. I'm so confused. Like, my friend, I thought about that recently. I was talking to my brother. I'm like, why the hell did mom and dad let me do that? And he said that he was like, begging the band to not take me. He was like, don't take my sister. Like, my parents don't understand something's deeply wrong. Like, don't steal my sister. She's too young to be stolen. And he's like, no, I'm taking her.
And what was he had dreads and everything? He was kind of
he
was
and then
what
he
kind-
dumped me pretty soon after I got to
was
New
he
York.
like a heavy metal kid?
He was like a heavy metal
Drugs?
kid. Yeah. No, little blow.
Little blow, yeah.
Yeah. I
Nothing,
think
but
Dick's
no
sister-
like needles and
No,
shit.
I think he just like, he did blow now and again. And
yeah,
then
that's fine.
And he, but to me, he was like, I just thought Dick's sister was the coolest thing in the entire
Right.
world.
Yeah.
He dumped me, kind of undumped me, and kept redumping me. I just kept taking my dumping. Like, well, could I come back? It was so sad.
And you were just in New York City. When he dumped you, where would you go in New York City?
I would wander around. I mean, I've spent so many like lonely, like years in the city, just wanting a friend.
Yeah.
I remember going into like restaurants and sitting at the bar, just like, and then if a waiter was nice to me, like trying to kind of play it cool, but like, just like trying to say some funny things and then hoping he'd like want to be friends with me or ask me out or something. Like just weird, dark, like wandering, deranged hours of wild loneliness. I'd go to the makeup counter and get my makeup done and then try to be funny so the girl would want to be my friend. But I
Right.
tried like too hard. Like I just wanted it a little too bad.
You know what's interesting to me though? When I look at, I've seen your brothers. I know all about your brothers through you. You've told me your parents kind of did the thing that was appropriate with you. All you kids turned out great. All their kids turned out great.
Yeah.
So it's like with you, they just kind of knew like she's just built different. So just go, and then now everything is great. You turn out to be a wildly successful comedian. You got a fireman husband who's fucking jacked.
Who's fucking jacked?
Would you sit in his lap?
100%. I'm not. I'm gonna be fucking crystal clear right now.
Be crystal clear with the
even
people.
Even though Rachel's a hot fucking piece.
Yeah.
If I had a shot at either one of them, I'm going for Pete's butt first.
And I know that's a joke, but seriously,
It's fucking. He's a
you
handsome
do
kid.
want to smell his breath in his hair.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
He loves sitting in guys'
No
laps.
question. I remember. I did a fucking thing that girls do. We were in Ireland, Dublin, Ireland. It was me and Colin Quinn. Colin Quinn and Rachel and Pete were in the same hotel. I was in another hotel. I met Colin. And we were like, oh, we got to go. We were going to go like meet with Rachel or something like that. And something was delayed or whatever. And I just wanted to see Pete. So I just made believe that I needed hair gel. And because I knew Pete would have it.
I never knew you made that up.
Yeah, so me and Colin took the elevator up, and I fucking got the hair gel from Pete. Pete gave me his hair gel, and he came to the door in just no shirt on and a bed sheet. But Rachel stayed back because she was in bed still, and he came with a fucking bed sheet. And I got a fucking chub.
You got a creeper?
I got a little bit of creeper, and then me and Colin, the whole elevator ride down, talked about how jacked Pete was.
Did he go, "You fucking jack, you fucking jack, you fucking jack, look over there, fucking shirt, fucking jack."
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, so I
cuz
fucking
that
made up
story made me uncomfortable.
I made up a ploy to fucking see Pete.
Pete was so confused. He's like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't he just get hair gel? I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know. And then they both knocked on the door together, like, yo, you got any gel? These two morons.
Rachel, we're going to bring it up to you. Here's the deal with Chris. He's openly admitted it on the podcast. So this is the deal. He likes banging women. He's 100% straight. I know that. And I know what he's saying is true because he's a straight kid. He likes banging chicks. He's
Right.
basically his own one-man sanitation department for puss. He cleans it up.
That I know. His numbers don't lie.
I mean,
Yeah, bang pussy.
it
Always
is-
with condoms though, so
Yeah.
it's different.
Well,
than going raw dog.
absolutely a lie.
Yeah. Oh, we're just lying now. And now the girls here, you're just going to
He's just trying to set up something for later.
Yeah,
I'm not
because
gonna
I know
let him
she's
do
listening.
that.
Yeah. I'm definitely going raw dog tonight.
But Chris,
Yeah.
and the fans know this very well, so I'm bringing up something that's brought up. It's redundant, but it's new to you. He's romantically into guys.
Yeah.
So he says he likes to bang women, but he falls in love with men.
Like I could sit and talk to Pete. Like I could sit and talk to Pete for 3 hours about whatever blog topic he wants to talk about. Whatever.
Would you listen to my poem?
Yeah, let's do his poem. Like he wants to talk to me about like nautical knots and shit. I'll listen to Pete all day for that. And listening to Pete and hanging out with Pete would get me horned up to bang a chick.
Okay, now you're making it weirder and weirder every time you describe it. Because now it's getting gayer, cuz.
Is it not?
It's horning you up. It's horning you up.
No, not horned up.
Are you getting you before you've said you get lost in his eyes, you smell his hair, you like the breath of men, you want to sit in their laps, and now you're graduating to getting horned
My
up.
baby mom is pregnant. Wild.
You're just a fucking hyena. It's what it is.
No.
Do you feel like would you want, and I'd be totally cool with this, would you want Pete to like hold you?
No, but I
start with
would.
holding.
He said he wants to hold my hand a few times. He told me he wanted to grab my hand.
But if you thrust me, if Pete was sitting on this couch and you pushed me and I landed on his lap, I would wait for him to push me off. Is that wild gay? Chrissy Salmons.
Chrissy fucking chaos.
Chrissy chaos.
Chris,
yeah.
you're like the Joker,
But
but
you
good.
wouldn't want to make out with him.
No, never get anything sexual with him. But if like he was like, hey, like me and you, bro, let's go on vacation, I'd do it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I want to go on vacation.
He
with
loves
Pete.
the company of men, is what he said.
Good men.
Yeah.
Pete's a good man. I
But
like
you
to be
have
around
told
good-
me you wanted to hold my hand a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to gay bash you. Can you Wei Zhangxing that? Just Wei Zhangxing.
Yeah.
I've noticed that you do kiss guys a lot too. I've noticed that.
And what's
Is
that like where?
Just like a quick kiss. Is that
Yeah.
ironic, or is that something that you just enjoy doing? I mean,
think-
maybe you're fluid, man.
No,
I don't even know what fluid means really.
No, I'm
fully,
not
but I
even
think
fluid,
you
but
might
I
be
do
fluid.
kiss. I do. Yeah, it's weird. I hug guys.
Am I using
talk
that
about.
right?
Yeah,
I talk
fluids
about
like
cocks a lot.
Yeah, but just flexible, which
But I
is
think
fine.
going to an all-boy
Yeah.
Catholic
Yeah.
high school, I think it really has something to do with going to an all-boy Catholic high school where, like, we were just, it was so many guys that, like, the only way to prove you were straight is to act gay. Like, look at each other's dicks, fucking hug me, you homo, like that.
Yeah, firemen do
It's
that.
a
The
weird
first
thing.
night that he introduced me to all the other firemen, they were chasing him around the bar trying to kiss him, and he was
Yeah.
running from them, hiding. I was like, I've never seen anything like it. Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
it's
they
like
kept
that.
trying to
Pete
kiss
has
him
it
all
then.
night, and I was comforted that he wasn't trying to kiss them. And they're like, well, we always do it to Petey, and he was just kind of used to racing around and running from them.
Avoiding, I get I
Yeah.
identify 100% with that fraternity. That what happened with
It's like we were saying, like when something gets so extreme of anything, it comes back to be the opposite. So
Yeah,
it's like
he also
extreme
went to
masculine
Catholic
behavior
school and-
becomes.
Well,
that.
like I remember like the
that's
guy
because that's extremely masculine.
in basketball. When we were in basketball practice, like number one, if you came into the showers with a bathing suit short on and like didn't show us your dick, we'd be like, come on, stop being gay, let's show us your dick. And then like everybody who was naked, like we would fucking throw soap at each other's butts, pull cocks, like do all that, but nobody's openly gay. We're all
Right.
we all have wives and kids, and
Right.
nobody talks about that time, but that's just what we used to do as teenagers. It's weird.
Sure.
I think
yeah.
I think that's actually hyper masculine behavior, which
Yeah.
is what the irony is, but that's what that is.
That's what that is. Yeah,
Yeah, you'd bully kind of the weak kid.
So me wanting to get lost in Pete's eyes and smell his breath and just kind of like take a nap on his pecs is not gay. It's hyper masculine.
No,
I don't want to have sex with him. I don't want to
no.
kiss him. I don't want to touch my.
you're not
No.
pulling. You're not pulling anyone's pecker or fucking throwing soap at someone's dick. You're reading poetry to each other while you sit in his lap. So there's a difference.
Yeah,
I do feel like a lot of guys get like that with him, and
he's just a great guy.
and yeah, like they get like a man crush on him, and also when I started dating him, like the first time we hooked up, see, for me, like I wouldn't have wanted that kind of body because like it's just like I feel like where do I come into this equation?
Right.
Like you've got everything you need here. Like I want my body to be the treat. Like I want to
Yeah.
bring like the exciting stuff to the hookup. I was just like when he took his clothes off, like this is ludicrous. Like I don't
Yeah.
even know what to,
Yeah,
and it's like I wanted to be above being aroused by that. Like I wanted to be like, like I don't, I just it was kind of like it must feel like when a guy just sees a girl that's like a little, I wanted him to have like I don't know, like
Some imperfection.
something, yeah, which of course he does, but I wanted him to have just like something,
yeah.
some sort of severe gnarlement,
Right,
just
right.
be mangled.
But when he
and
takes
mar-
off the shirt, he really brings it.
It's
Is what
just-
you're saying.
it's
Yeah,
just hard to
He
take.
brings it.
yeah, but
Yeah.
for me, like it's
Does
like
he got this thing right here? Does he got the D'Angelo cut?
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
wow!
But I
Yeah.
don't understand how his body's like that because I go to the gym with him and I'm like, what is the other thing you're doing? Because he doesn't talk about working out.
Right.
So, which is nice because that would be
He eats
douchey.
very healthy, right? I mean, he cooks for himself.
Yeah, I mean, he eats a lot. He eats healthy, but he eats everything. Like, he eats all my food when I'm done with it. Like, everything anyone doesn't want, he wants to eat too, you know?
Well, it's protein.
But
He's a big guy.
He must,
Yeah.
I guess he lifts at the firehouse or whatever, but he doesn't really explain it. Like, I'm like, what? How did that happen exactly? But I definitely felt like insecure at first because I'm like, I want to bring like the exciting thing. Like, it's weird to be with a guy. Like, Yannis texted me at the wedding. He's like, I couldn't take my eyes off Pete. And you were not the first person to say that. It's not what you imagined everybody saying at your wedding day.
Yeah, that you want like the bride's so beautiful and all that. I'm like, I just wanted to fucking get in Pete's pants.
Yeah, everybody was saying that though. Like, they couldn't take their eyes off him. But so it is like a weird thing. But then I just try to be like what I've told myself at any time in my life. I'm like, oh, but I'm the clown. So he's no clown.
Well, no, no.
You got that. You do got that.
No, 100%. I love Pete. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, everything I'm saying, I don't take anything back. But like, after a little bit, I'm like, all right, Pete, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Now I want to just talk to Rachel. I want to fucking laugh. I don't want to hear about broccoli anymore.
He's like, wait a second. I got one more poem for you.
Yeah. After that, I don't want to hear him say "gotcha" or fucking "ooh toodles" or whatever dumb word that he wants to use. Jeepers. I don't want to hear it after an hour.
Side. He's. I bet you and Pete got a lot in common because you grew up in like hyper masculine environments, but you guys had thoughts about like curiosities, which you both probably questioned. Does that make me gay? But really, it just makes you a normal person.
He would grow up around repressed dickheads. Like, he likes like plants and growing things and like kombucha, and they would all probably just be like, just some homophobic moron.
Yeah, you were telling me he like grows his own yeast, so kombucha.
Yeah, he grows his own like yogurt and
Culture's
kombucha,
yogurt,
and
right,
he likes to like water his plants. He's very into like cooking and doing things around the home. And I'm sure all of his buddies growing up were just like, "What's wrong, you gay?" Just some homophobic
stick
moron.
the hose in your ass.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
because you're not a gay kid. I'm positive at this point you're not a gay kid.
We agree to disagree.
I will say though, with Colin and with you and Colin when we were in Ireland, I always felt like I was interrupting your romantic evenings, and I did feel like they had a lot of plans that I wasn't invited to. Like, they had their time. It was definitely like being with a date.
He told me about that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what it was. He told me. He's like, because at that point it was like he was a little boy. You're talking about Chris and Colin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they said she's a comedian, but the Jew thing.
In Ireland.
Yeah, well, the food, they didn't bring you to the meals because he has trouble eating around
Colin.
you.
Yeah, Colin kept saying.
He can hang out with you normal, like around the clubs, but like when food comes out, he gets a little nauseous.
Colin just kept saying that he wishes Pete wasn't there so he could punch Rachel. He just kept saying. He's like, I just wish I could fight Rachel, but fucking Pete's here. He's too big.
No, he's just got a great energy. I'm so happy for you that you found such a great guy.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Truly.
It's really important to have balance like that when we're comedians.
Well, you found it in Brittany.
And that's where I learned it. That's where I kind of figured. That's where I started looking at me, like, because I always looked for problems in other people, and then I realized, I was like, I'm fucked up. Yeah. I'm abnormal.
Right.
So like normal things seem abnormal to me, but like I'm abnormal, and I need to be in a normal setting because otherwise I'm just gonna spiral.
It grounds you.
Yeah, you
She's
ground.
a
Yeah, could you imagine
normal
that being married or dating another comedian? It would seem like too much.
It's like it's too.
I mean, some relationships do work.
A few of them do.
Some work.
Even to me, just imagining like a guy's like headshots next to his bed, like just a man with like a stack of photos of himself, or like asking you which they think you prefer, like which is better angle for the
shut up.
Yeah, or just like trying to be funny for other people. Now that seems weird to me,
right?
You know, and it's like, I realize that's like, look, if I want to laugh or have a great time, and me and Brittany have a great time, you know, but it's like, she's not funny. She's not a funny person.
And she's
not funny.
Like, she's the one, and she's the discipline in your life. Like, she's saying you got to mail back these fucking wedding invitations. I know it's stupid, but you have to do it. Or she says you have to fucking remember your friends' birthdays. You can't be
we just never fight. It's just kind of like our relationship goes like this, whereas all my other relationships went like this.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is just, and it's been 5 years of just this.
Yeah.
So it's like nice and easy and calm.
Yeah, well, the only time I ever started getting mad at you was when we were filming Bay Ridge Boys episode, and she was cooking in the kitchen, and you from your bedroom in front of everyone was like, "What kind of trash are you cooking?"
Yeah, she got.
And she was like, "Yannis, come here."
Yeah,
and
she
then
got
I was like,
fucking
yes.
hot.
Yeah,
she got pissed.
she in front of because I said it. She's Sicilian.
Yes, she was
She's
fucking
Sicilian,
furious.
so she gets. Yeah, like in front of people. She's like, I said something about her food in front of people, and so she didn't like that.
So
man.
that's kind of hot. That's kind of hot.
But
reason
that's the
to get
difference
mad.
right there between normal people. If I was a comedian, they'd be like, "Fuck you, I'm cooking shit," it's
Just
like,
try to out funny you.
Yeah, but then like, I mean, how much can you do that before? Like, imagine like comedian. Being in a relationship with a comedian. Imagine like never leaving.
No,
Like it's,
God.
we'd go mentally insane if we're just sitting
Yeah.
there laughing all day and be like, "Fuck me, put it in my ass, Hitler, ha ha ha." You're going like, we're all gonna go insane.
Yeah, we're gonna
You
lose
have to
it.
go back to like some sort of normalcy at some point.
No, you do. And he's a little bit ridiculous because, he's around firemen, which is not healthy for men to be around just each other in these lone
Right.
sleepovers for
Oh,
so
yeah.
much. Yeah. So there.
Does he have any women in his firehouse?
I've met two
Yeah.
women, but
Are they
it's-
big lesbos?
no, they weren't lesbos.
kidding.
They were pretty cool, but they, I think one of them, I don't remember if she was gay or not, but yeah. It's not a healthy thing that they are like just alone with each other for this many nights.
Right.
You have to undo
Right.
a lot.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry. Oh, what did like Vinny Capizzi say to you? No, that's not true.
Yeah.
So they're just passing around conspiracy theories and
Yeah.
but they also like it's just like they work off adrenaline like we do.
Sure,
so,
of course.
So it's just like nothing really surprises him. Like he's not going to freak out about anything, but he gets the shit done. Like I can't mail a letter. Like that's not going to happen. I don't
Yeah.
mail a letter. He'll mail something. He handles
knows how
the
to do that.
bills, the stuff, the everything.
He
Yeah.
As
knows
a
how to
fire-
he knows how to be grown up and
Do you have the
Yeah.
firefighter? You don't drive, right?
No.
If you had a car, it'd be great to be a firefighter's wife and just have a nice fucking plaque. You can park by fire hydrants.
We do have that plaque, and the reason I don't drive is because he has the car and he has a stick. I don't know how to drive stick. Do you guys know how to drive stick?
No,
I
I don't.
don't.
I'm not a real man.
I
Like
don't.
Pete's an actual
Yeah,
man.
I'm not a
But
real
you
man
guys,
either.
You guys,
No.
as far as comics go, like I feel like, you guys are actual.
Yeah,
men.
I guess we're men.
Yeah,
yeah,
you
compared
handle
to
stuff.
compared, yeah,
Yeah, compared to
Compared
fucking Phil Hanley.
yeah.
Like you guys grew up like doing like what would be
Sports.
stereotypical
Yeah.
man thing. Like you
Absolutely.
can change a tire, you can handle stuff.
Yeah, that I
Crush
could do.
puss. We crush push before we got into comedy, which is a rarity amongst comics.
Giannis fucking, oh my God, he sent me a video yesterday for the first time he ever did stand-up. We got to fucking put that up for the Patreon.
I was jacked.
Go to patreon.com/BayRichBoys. He had a turtleneck tucked into khakis.
Not cool.
Just his mom was there.
Yeah.
Hair's fucking flowing in the wind.
Giannis would just post these pictures of this would infuriate me. Of just like
Yeah.
a bunch of cigars like on a bed or something. Like he'd make some sort of collage on his dumb hotel bed, and it'd make me so angry. And it fascinates me because you go back and forth between that and then just giving society briefings on itself.
Dude.
So one is just like, dude, this is the best kind of steak you're ever gonna fucking touch, and the next is like, wake up, everybody, we're pretty divided in this country.
Yeah.
All right, no shit.
No
Giannis.
shit. Yeah. Try
I'm
being
fucking mentally ill.
Try being like his closest friend.
I'm not well.
Be his closest friend. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. My daughter woke me up an hour ago. I'm fucking exhausted, and then I have like 5 missed calls from him. I look at his Twitter, and it's like the wheels of history are greased with violence, and I'm like, oh God.
Chris is in for a long day.
I'm like, oh God, I'm in for a fucking long day. And then
That's
I'm
my
just
nickname on
agitated.
here is Yanni Long
Yanni
Days.
Long Days. I just look at his social media every morning, and if it's like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, it's these like fucking deep, we are divided posts. I'm like, my life is gonna suck.
You're in.
today.
You're going.
thing,
I'm in for a
Giannis-
fucking day.
Giannis
Yeah.
thinks he's a fucking duke. That's what his
Right.
problem is. He thinks he's like one of the because you're really into like a certain idea of like gentleman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like a duke because I think, and I have no information to support this.
But you're
Or
Let's just
probably
go
right.
for it.
Or
You're probably
formal,
right.
Or formal education of any sorts. But I imagine that the Duke would have to do stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
you give society its briefings.
Edicts.
But you always
Yeah.
like, you like a shined shoe. Giannis likes his
Yeah,
idea
yeah.
of class and stuff,
Yeah.
So he does live like a Duke. He has
Yeah.
certain ideas of like, that you got to be a gentleman. You got to handle stuff in a certain fucking way.
Yeah.
Like Giannis will pick up the tab like a Duke. A Duke would
Duke
pick up
would
a
do that.
fucking
Duke
would
tab.
pick up the tab, yeah.
Yeah.
But then he's like, I got to report to me. Society
Yeah.
needs me to explain me.
Yeah,
like,
or Duke,
stuff to
but a
them.
Duke would notice, like when we were in Montreal, like he noticed how horrible the women's foot fashion was. Like he was like, "Oh, look at the women's shoes in this town; they disgust me."
Yeah,
and it's like,
that's
what
the
are you
Duke.
talking about?
She's right. It's
That's
like,
the Duke. It's like,
because I'm an
what?
egomaniac, so
Yeah.
I'm looking down and going like, "We need to fix this. It doesn't please me."
Yeah.
and that's where For Rome comes. That's why
And
you know.
it's about appearances. You
Yeah.
would be in some sort of royal setting, but you
Yeah.
would be definitely like the trash of the family at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah, like he shits on, like he'll shit on like the foot fashion, the women's shoes in Montreal. But meanwhile, he's wearing like a dirty Expos hat, and he hasn't cleaned his ass in a week. Well,
the ass isn't clean, but the Expos hat was new at that time.
it was new at the time.
And you came in fucking Montreal with a pair of Levi's sneakers, and I still still don't forgive you for that.
Yeah, I fucking.
You were moving around with offensive sneakers.
The sneakers were brutal.
They were wardrobe sneakers that were given you by MTV, and you brought them in a bag to wear them at night.
It's what it is.
I mean, that is a Ridgewood thing. I mean,
you're both deep trash, but
yes.
Giannis
We're
would.
deep cut trash.
But I know that I'm trash.
Yeah, but Giannis would be the guy that, like, it's like he's trash, but yet at the same time, I feel like in the olden days, if like you heard a report about something, they came to the Duke and they're like, we've had this sort of issue. And I feel like if there was an issue of like, so and so, whatever, Edward showed up to the saloon without a dinner jacket, you'd be like, without a fucking dinner jacket?
Yeah.
You would take Edward by his fucking ears and you would throw him in the streets and you'd be like, whip him good.
Whip him.
You know?
Yeah.
How dare he show up without a dinner
yeah,
jacket?
I have that in me.
You would have
You're right.
absolutely no tolerance
Yeah.
for any men showing up without their jackets
No.
because it's a show.
Yeah.
You put on the proper
Yes.
fucking show. You
Yes.
show some goddamn respect.
My rules
Fuck
would
yeah.
be contradictory and confusing.
Yeah.
People would not know what to do. Be like, he gets mad if you don't have a dinner jacket on, but you're allowed to do all sorts of other wild things.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't make sense because the kid is fucking stupid.
And you're also kind of gallant like a Duke because, like,
Yeah.
I remember when we were writing on that pilot and Giannis, the guys would just say, like, every sketch would be, like, so horrifying, just, like, such a stab at my self-esteem. Like, all right, okay, so you're, like, you just got divorced. And you're living in Tampa, and you gained a lot of weight, right? And this other guy's thinking about fucking you, but he changes his mind. I'm like, what's the even point of the sketch? Like, every sketch would be like more humiliating than the last, you know?
Yeah.
And then Giannis would always be at the end of the day, like, how you feeling? How you doing? Like, so you have that little gallant thing where you check in.
Yeah.
You're pretty sensitive. You're the guy that you believe there's an etiquette to a fucking evening,
Yeah.
and you follow certain rules.
Yeah.
Right.
In between those rules, you could be a deep, deep disgrace on
Yes.
profound and shocking levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there is a script, and you
Yeah.
be a fucking goddamn man, and you follow
absolutely.
that script. You ask the lady how she's feeling. You don't
Yeah.
insult
Well
her
said.
on that
Yeah,
level.
I think I'm the type that I hurt you and then ask you how you feel.
Yeah.
It's like, are you okay? But I'm the one that hurt you.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
confusing like that.
Yeah.
I'll say something deeply disturbing and cut you deep and then go, I want to know if you're okay. I want to help you.
Yeah.
It's called a sociopath.
Yeah, you're a sociopath. You like victims. You need fucking victims.
Because I'm a piece of shit.
You're a piece of garbage. What do you got coming up, Rachel? Anything fun and
No, but
exciting?
you both do have a great. And all right, this isn't funny, but it's true. You both have very good hearts. You're very good humans. You can rely. You tell you to show up, you're gonna be there.
Yeah, I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
gonna be there. Either
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
showing up or you're not. There's no in between
Yeah.
LA shit.
I'm going to be there unless it's the
A
cruise for the
plan is a
Practical
plan.
Jokers.
I respect
Yeah.
friends like that.
Yeah.
You make a plan, that's the plan.
That's a plan.
There's not a bunch of nonsense. There's not a lot of foolishness.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
you don't feel like, with me and Chris, you don't feel like there's a trick up our sleeve or anything. We kind of are what we are, right?
Yo, you're exactly what you
Yeah.
are. When I look at your days on Instagram, I'm like, that's
Yeah.
exactly what they should be doing.
Yeah, that's what we
Giannis
do.
should be laying in the park with his legs wide open, you know,
Yeah.
on the back on his phone or something, doing a cameo.
And I should be
you
taking
know?
videos of the American flags in my neighborhood and be like, this is what I live here. This is a great neighborhood, America.
I mean, we are disturbing trash, right?
Yeah.
We look like we belong to be thrown in the back of a truck, right?
Like the way I talk.
I mean, do we look like bags to you? Do we look like roach and mice resistant bags?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really your behavior that pulls you down. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
you're good looking guys, but when you look at your actual activities,
It's
Yeah.
disgraceful.
oh, it's so disgraceful.
horrifying.
Yeah,
Yeah, when I
Giannis
go to
is
Killarney's
discussing,
bar
like
and-
photo shoots and that
Yeah.
he does of cigars and like just kind of letting people know what class is and how to have class.
How about when I took a photo of myself in the hot tub on vacation?
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Infuriates me. Why would we need your book reports on society in between your Jersey Shore Instagram shots? It's such a confusing montage you create.
Yeah. It's weird. And then he has like his dumb characters with like the hair combed over. You're like, what is this guy even saying?
The guy's a fucking psychopath.
Luke
is
St.
what he
Simon.
is. Now, when you see this fucking piece of trash roll up to a comedy club in a Ranger's jacket and gelled hair, do you want to vomit on your shoes?
Yeah.
I mean,
Islanders
just tell me what
jacket.
your true feelings are, because you're a classy girl from Maryland, and this kid is borough fucking trash.
Trash.
He's a trash monkey. Bad.
Well, the first thing I heard about you was that you had got shot. So I thought, like, I kind of heard Giannis is like a bad boy. Like,
Yeah,
Giannis doesn't
Giannis.
care, you know. Like, and Joe DeRosa told me he's like, I'm hanging with Giannis, and he kind of acted like I wasn't ready to meet Jan yet. You
Right.
know, like he's like, I'll introduce you when I do. You know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah, I definitely kind of thought you were like a.
I was talking about Chris, but give me yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I did think you were sort of like a Brooklyn bad boy, you know, taking risks and like you didn't care. I remember talking to you about the business once, and I thought we would like hash out like whatever our insecurities or fears were, and
Yeah.
Giannis just seems so comfortable. He's like, it's what it is, or something like that's not a statement, and that doesn't shed any
It is
light
what it's
anyway.
just
How
what
long
it
have you
is.
guys known each other? You and Giannis.
A long
Long time.
Like
years.
over 10
Yeah.
years?
No, well, probably
guess, yeah.
maybe 10 or 9 or 8, somewhere. Yeah, close
I
to
think
8 to
around
10. Yeah,
10 years.
2009, 10, 11, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And Chrissy, I can't remember where we first.
Who knows?
Met.
Yeah.
I mean,
When you saw this thing fucking just
Don't
saunter
fucking
up,
matter.
just with
I
a
knew.
bop.
I always imagine that Chris is whispering some sort of active lie in a girl's ear somewhere in some bar in Bay Ridge.
Yeah.
And it soothes me. I'm like, that's where he should be.
Telling her, you know, what'd you do today? It's like, oh, I just got off the phone with my mother, you know, just saying how much I love her, all that stuff. I haven't talking to my mother in weeks.
Yeah.
You told me once. You tell a girl you love her on the first date.
Yeah, on the first date. That's what I do. I tell her that like I'll say, babe, I'm legit in love with you right now. That exact thing. I'll say I'm legit in love with you. And they love it. They're like, oh my God, really? I'm like, I don't know what it is, babe, but I fucking love you. I love you.
I love when you call everyone babe, and sometimes he'll call me babe, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, call everybody babe.
He'll be like, you know, come on, I gotta go shower up, babe, and then I'll come grab you.
Yeah.
Because you're fucking funny. You move around funny.
I move around funny.
Yeah.
I know your game with girls. You over compliment so much. So
Yeah.
you're complimenting them so much that there's no room for your actual personal accountability, which you have none.
I've none.
You're not going to be there. You're not going to show up.
No,
There's
it's
nothing.
just canceling.
But just telling them how incredible, how you're just on the floor with how in love with them
Yeah.
you are. And they're just sitting at some pizza place waiting for you.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. No,
Funny that I just said you guys show up, but not for girls.
Yeah, like
No,
girls,
yeah,
like
not
girls
for-
always
yeah.
like, you know, like
Yeah.
when the first time we have sex, like, no, I don't want to have sex with you because then like I'm never gonna see you again. I'm like, babe, are you fucking kidding me? That's the last thing that would ever happen, and we have
Yeah.
sex, and then like I'll cancel the next time because I just can't make it,
Yeah.
or whatever, and then I'll just slowly, you know, and then usually it's just like, you know, it just fizzles out. They're like, oh, you know, I'm like, you know, I fucking like you. I wish we had another chance. What are you doing tomorrow?
But let me just say, Chris brings out something in girls that you see rarely. He doesn't really have to do that much work.
No, he doesn't.
They
I've
just
seen him
bring
work.
it. They
Yeah.
offer it. It's just
Yeah.
an offering.
Yeah, I don't know where.
It's
I
like
don't
they
know.
bring it to him and say, here it is. And they present it.
Yeah.
They present the puss.
But I think
and
women.
say, it's
what
here
I,
for the taking.
What I have noticed with
It's
me,
wild.
What I,
I
have,
know, and
yeah.
they're accepting. I mean, just all kinds of just wild and they know it. They know these are lies.
Lies.
Yes. yeah.
Whispered in this gross Bay Ridge bar. They know there's nothing but lies they're
Lies.
listening to.
But I think that what I've noticed about me, and Yannis called attention to this, and it's noticeable, is that I will have sex with a good amount of women, but they don't. Very rarely do they want to go on dates 2, 3, or 4. Like sometimes they do, but for the most part, it's like, you know, I filled a need for them. They wanted to get fucked. I fucked them, and that's it. Like
That's one thing that was fascinating to me because you seem pretty conflict avoidant. You don't like conflict, right?
No.
Like, yeah. So I'm like, for somebody like that's lying to so many people, I'm like, how does he unweave himself? And that's what I want. I would love to have a day with your text messages, just seeing how you extricate yourself,
Yeah.
like a game of Operation or some shit.
Yeah.
And then I remember you told me that. I can't remember where we were. I think we were in Montreal, and you were like, no, they don't seem to want to re-fuck me.
yeah, it's usually just like we fucked them once, and
Good
that's
with a
him.
single.
Yeah, just one single.
It's like a real curiosity that they have because you're a hot kid.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm a cute kid, but I'm a kid like you want to have a conversation. I think a girl wants to have a conversation with me,
Right.
and is on the fence about fucking me. Right, Rachel? Kind of
Yeah.
on the fence.
Yanni on the fence.
It goes in and out of the mind. Like maybe depends on what his hair looks like, how much of a gut he's got. I'm almost good looking.
Yeah.
Whereas you're just, it's just, you got a big masculine head, good looking head. You look like a hockey player or like
Yeah.
MMA fighter.
Yeah, he's got that college ball confidence left over too.
Yeah. I mean, you look like an American, like you were on the show American Gladiators.
Yeah.
So it's like the girls just want you to fuck them,
Yeah.
and it's what it is.
It's just what
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. And then, but
They're sure about it. With you, they're sure about it. They offer it. With me, it's like
Yeah.
they're just on the fence about it. Is that accurate? It's pretty accurate.
I don't think that's entirely accurate.
It's pretty
I
accurate.
think that's an accurate description of Chris. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I
For
don't
me,
think, I think your numbers are golden. I mean, you've always
guys- yeah,
the ladies
Yanni-
like Giannis.
Yeah.
Yanni ran through a lot of puss. He had a nice
Yeah.
condo in Miami. He ran
Yeah.
through a lot of puss.
Yeah, but I'm
you
not.
went to Miami and you were like overwhelmed with all your choices.
It is true.
Yeah.
It's funny because, like, as a woman, you're just like, I just want a guy I can trust, just one reasonable, like, just non-shit heap that I can actually build some sort of legitimate life with. And with you guys, it's just like, I don't know. Does she love me in the right way? Do I feel a little crowded? It's just choices.
It's so
choices.
fucking true.
You went to Miami and you
Yeah.
just had a sea of choices, and
Yeah.
then you just had to make one.
Yeah.
Poor Yannis.
Poor Giannis. Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah. Yo,
Yeah.
God, we
Just some hot Miami fucking
we're
milf.
pieces
Yeah.
of shit.
Yeah.
Like we are spoiled. Like men are weaker than women. We're
Absolutely.
emotionally weaker.
Yeah.
Like seriously, I'm not just saying that to like be an ally. I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Like it's what she just said really rang true to me. Cause it's like, yeah, women have a hard time finding one good guy, and I was sitting there all heartbroken, just like banging toots.
Yeah.
And I was like, feel sorry for me, but like,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the same with Sam, where I'm like, Sam, you could date any of these girls. The problem is you want one that actively dislikes you. And
Right.
he's like, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
you're
is
right.
hot. You
Yeah.
know, he's like, I want one that's a little crazy. You know, it's just crazy enough to be
Yeah.
good and sick enough in bed, but then also blows me off a lot. You know,
Yeah.
So you want some sort of perfect reflection of your own lack of self-worth. But you
Yeah.
have endless options.
Yeah.
And when I think about the options, as I've counseled you guys, you assholes through the
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
No, but I think it's always just like a sea of options.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well, I know, like, even like girls to bring to his wedding. It's just like there's like 30 girls that I'm thinking of. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna send a text out.
Because you know? Have to. You can't. This isn't like the decision has to be made. Because
What do you mean?
You can't just like.
Should I just bring my baby's mama?
You can do whatever you want.
She's pregnant again.
Wait, is she?
But you can't just keep up in the air about it. Like you have to
Yeah.
fucking make a decision. Are you coming alone or are you bringing a two?
I may bring a two.
No, last time you said you were going to try to fuck one of the bridesmaids. You can edit that out.
No, I did
No,
say
no,
that.
it's
No,
fine.
but she's
If
got a
you-
boyfriend now. And I was looking.
Asking wait, I just want to take a
Yeah.
moment to how funny that is for the people who are listening to this right now who just said that Chris can edit something he said out. If you have listened to what he said on this podcast,
It's wild.
that was one of the most PG moments
Yeah.
that has ever happened from his mouth.
No, I think probably what I'll do is like when I came to your wedding, I came dolo because I was cruising for puss, and then I wound up going. I
Wind up going home with a guy.
Well, no, I didn't go home with a guy. It was I remember my daughter was on Staten Island, and I remember like, oh shit, there's a girl that I bang out who lives on Staten Island, so I texted her from the wedding, and she was
Oh
home.
shit! There's
So
a girl that I bang out. I mean, just right there. I mean, that's any girl's worst nightmare
Yeah.
that a woman would be conversing. Active, dangerous slime. Oh shit! There's a girl that I bang out.
Yeah, and then
You
I
get to
showed
see
up.
you get to see a side of guys that a lot of women don't see because you cohort with us as animals.
Yeah.
They stop editing themselves when you're
Yeah.
a comedian.
Yeah, when
Like,
you're a
And then I
comedian.
told her, I called, I remember I texted her, I was like, I'm at this wedding right now. I'm just like lonely, depressed. Like, I wish you were here with me, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you want to like, maybe we'll go get pizza or something like that. And then, yeah. And then she was like, I'd love to. And then like, I just kept
Dream date.
Well, that I just kept delaying it because I was like, I don't want to go sit and have pizza with her. So then I was like, you know what? It's getting like late. Like, should I just bring
Wait,
pizza to you?
Are these details like accurate?
Should I just
You
bring-
can't. You
should
don't
I
know
ju-
who's listening.
Should I just bring pizza to your apartment or something like that? And she was like, you know what? Fine, let's do it. And then I just like, was in there in my tux and all that shit. And I was just like, yeah, like I just think about you all the time and blah, 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 blah. And then we just banged out. We had pizza. And then I went home. I went home that night. She wanted me to leave. She was like, she's like, yeah, I got to get up early tomorrow. I was like, babe, I'm going to call you tomorrow. I love you.
Yeah, babe.
Yeah.
I would love to take you to some sort of court. Just I want to be one of these girls.
You wanna put 'em
attorney.
away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had it.
Yeah,
in the lines.
I'm telling you, you have that impression on people.
What?
She wants to put you away. She wants the law to put you away.
Yeah.
And I want to put you down. I'm telling you, you're too wild for
Too
this
wild.
world. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're Chrissy Chaos.
No, because I actually didn't bang out after Rachel's wedding. I fucking went to the Dunkin' Donuts drive-through. That's really what I did off Highland Boulevard.
Because we're having such a good time, I think we're way over time here.
We're way over time.
Where are we,
I
Isis?
said an hour.
Hour and
Do
2
we have
minutes.
to leave at 6? Yeah, so
Yeah,
we're
so
just
we
not
got-
going to be able to get a third episode.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. But it was
Yeah.
fucking fun
At this
talking
point,
to
should
Rachel.
we can do it? Yeah, we can bang out one more. We need to. Isis
Okay.
said we can.
All right,
Let's
Rach.
do it, guys.
So wait,
Joe.
listen. That was all fun. We didn't do.
That was all hyena.
It's just Rachel Feinstein. Okay, get it right, you
Get it
Jew
right.
haters.
Yeah,
Feinstein.
yeah.
One of the funniest comedians. One of our favorite people. We love you so much.
I love you guys
We love
so
Pete
much.
more, but you can follow her wherever.
Pete's excited about the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
can't
yeah. It's
wait.
going to be fucking fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
gonna
got
be
a
looking-
mustache now. He's
Oh, I love that mustache.
I'm gonna be looking for him while I'm getting married. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna be like, where's Where's fucking Pete?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at.
Pete,
I just
you
feel
can
like
see Pete's bicep cuts through his suit
he's just
jacket
got
on.
good energy. He's just a kid. I want to hang out with and smoke a stick with him.
Absolutely. Yeah. I want to fucking just lay on the grass with Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would step over you to save him.
yeah.
No, he gets your specific Brooklyn language, like
Yeah.
the way that you communicate, because he grew up in Marine Park. So, yeah.
He's a kid from Marine Park.
Wow, Marine Park. Yeah.
You have a
Went
husband.
to Bishop Ford. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Marine Park, they don't even have trains
You know
up
how
there.
many
It's
friends
just
I had?
buses.
I had friends who went to Bishop Ford. Let me tell you something about your husband. Your husband's a Brooklyn fucking kid.
He's got the thickest accent I've
Yeah.
ever heard in my life.
He's a kid from Marine Park.
Marine Park, Brooklyn.
And he went to Bishop Ford.
Yeah,
He played basketball
Well,
there.
basketball, Bishop Ford.
He played basketball at Bishop Ford. He lives in Marine Park. He ended up being a firefighter.
Yeah. That's the
just
Brooklyn
like
dream
his
right there.
uncle.
Just like his uncle.
his granddad.
He's a kid you could fucking definitely see
Yeah.
at the bar. He'll be at the bar.
Yeah.
He'll be where? He'll be a fucking
Yeah.
I'm just having an Alzheimer's moment.
What? Oh, what bar is he at? He's at Three Jolly Pigeons in Bay Ridge.
That's where he's at.
Three
a-
jolly
Yeah.
pigeons.
We call it 3JP or the Kettle Black on 3rd Ave.
He definitely has one friend named Colleen.
100%.
Does he have a friend named
We
Colleen?
went to Florida with Colleen.
There
to
you go.
Disney World with
I'm tell-
Colleen and her husband
With Colleen.
Kevin.
I'm telling you, he's a Brooklyn fucking kid.
Yeah.
He drinks at bars called Three Jolly Pigeons. He has a friend named Colleen. And he's got one friend named Mike. And
Yeah.
they call him Mikey.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
And I guarantee you,
Yeah.
every time he gets cut off in traffic, in his head, he goes, that guy's definitely Chinese.
Does he have a friend named Brian? An Irish friend named Brian?
Yes, he came to the wedding.
Yeah, there we go. I
There you
mean,
go.
cause me and Chrissy know this kid. He's a Brooklyn fucking kid from Marine
And it's
Park.
every fireman. They all have the same voice. There's like I was talking about Liz. Liz was like, "There's a fireman accent."
Yes.
There is. It's
Yeah.
not just a New York accent. There's like a FDNY fireman accent. If you listen to the radios, like on YouTube, if you want to buff out, be a little fire buff, you listen to the radios. They're just like, "Firefighters, where's your fire?" That's how they used
Yeah.
to say it. And I'd be like, "Where's your call? 1075. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm there." And it's always the same names.
Same
it's just like
cadence.
Flaherty, you there?
Yeah.
O'Brien, yeah, you there? Box 1, box 2, box 3.
Yeah.
They're never in a rush.
Yeah.
You know, but there's like an actual fireman.
Right.
And it's the thickest New York accent you've ever heard.
All
in your
Chris's
life.
friends are firefighters. You
All
remember those
firefighters.
kids that when we were shooting our half hours, you remember those kids who were taking their shirts off and following
one-
you to
yeah.
the bathroom? Those were
Yeah.
all FDNY.
Those guys, I guarantee you, those guys have walked at the fires checking the Mets score as they're going up the stairs to put out the flames.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be they didn't wear their masks. Like one of his older fireman buddies was like, "We would go in there, big job, go into the fridge, grab a beer, finish it off.
Yeah.
I'll meet you in the living room where the orange is."
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Marine Park, he's just a Brooklyn bred kid.
He's
Yeah.
a Brooklyn
Yeah.
bred Catholic,
Yeah.
repressed.
You still go to church, Pete?
No, but he sits in a church when he's angry. Like,
When he's angry.
Like a good repressed Catholic.
Yep.
Push it down, push it down.
push it down.
Push
Yeah.
it down.
Yeah.
That's why we say Chrissy's got such strong biceps.
No,
'Cause-
triceps.
Triceps, because he pushes down all his gay and his pain.
Oh yeah, you got to push it all. Oh, he
Push it
pushes
all
it all down.
Yeah,
He doesn't-
Irish.
we don't bicker, but every once in a while there's like a dent in the microwave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember his sister. I was like, "What happened to the micro?" I hadn't even noticed it. I'm like, "Oh," and he's like, "Yeah, punch it." You know, every 3 months, got to go punch the microwave.
Wait.
Walk into a church.
Wait,
Yeah.
does he go sit in a church when he's angry?
Sits in a church
I
when he's
mean,
angry.
that's
I have
queasy
gone
funny.
into a church to look for him. It's
Yeah.
like, it's like a dumb movie. Like,
Yeah.
oh, for fuck's
Because
sake, you
that's
know?
Yeah,
for
pizza
me. You
church.
want to know what you always like to know what makes me queasy funny.
Something like that.
Yeah, that he goes and sits in a church when he's angry is queasy funny. It's so funny. I don't know what to do with
It's
myself.
making your stomach hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where is he? I'm gonna go search the local churches because he's sitting in there fuming.
I did. I walked over to fucking Manhattan Avenue and I'm like, "Do you want to talk it out?" He's like, "All right, I'll meet you outside." And he does his little Catholic thing. I don't know, that little cross you guys
Yeah,
do over
yeah.
yourself. There's 2 of them, by the way, before I get out of here. And he wouldn't tell me about the second one. There's like 2 different Catholic crosses. He's like, "Yeah, that one's just for us." There's like a special one you do at like a wake or some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I probably shouldn't tell a Jew." See, he's scared, a little scared of God all
Yeah.
the time.
All
Doesn't
the
want to
time.
get in trouble.
Yeah,
Doesn't
there's-
want to get in trouble.
But
Yeah.
Catholic kids are good kids. They're
Yeah.
good
Yeah, they
kids.
got-
Good kids.
Good heart. Good
Good
heart.
heart.
Good
Yeah.
heart.
Good family. Good heart. All right, I love you guys.
All right.
All right.
Love you.
Peace out. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everybody. Wait, we didn't even say where we can find you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah.
When does this air?
Probably a couple of weeks.
But this will be up it'll air immediately on our Patreon, then will be released for the public in 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay, I'm doing Conan on the week of the 25th. I can't remember which the date is. And then, but you can go to my website, rachel-feinstein.com, and that has all my road dates coming up. I'll be in San Francisco Punchline. And
go see Rachel on the road, San Francisco Punchline, other places. Watch her on Conan. Go watch her specials online.
Netflix.
And go try to find her husband's blog. He's got some great poems on there.
Try her husband's blog, and if you can't find it, then just search the local churches.
If you find yourself curious about the benefits of broccoli, well, Pete's got it for you.
Yeah, or what a fun-filled day we had in Dublin, Ireland 2 years ago. Yeah.
Peace, everybody.
All right.